Hello everyone, welcome back to Fantasy Features. I'm currently in a cabin in the woods somewhere in Scotland, so I've got to keep this brief. I have bad Wi-Fi, which means the spot file size has to be small so I can actually upload it. We did a top 9% finish at the EPL playoffs. Very happy with that, to be on this side of the 10% instead of an 11% finish. I think overall the team idea was good. It would have been even better if Australis didn't choke first Vitality. They probably should have won that series, but it's okay. We did okay. Only thing I'm not happy about was putting Noob on Shui. I knew when I put this team together it was a bad role, because Noob is never a good role choice. Even if it has a high activation rate, like my commenter said, it doesn't matter, because if you put the Noob role, you're hedging against your player, so it doesn't make any sense. It's a bad role, never pick it. However, that puts us at number 3, which is where we were, but now it's a closer gap. 10 points between me and number 1, and 13 between me and number 4, so I've got a little bit of safety net, but also closing this gap, so let's keep closing it. So for Bet Boom, it is 8 teams, the standard format where the top 2 teams from each group proceed to the semis, and there's a best of 5 grand finals. So being into the grand final is obviously going to give you the best points. I think most people are going to be looking at Spirit and Mals as the 2 teams to go for your 2-2-1 split here. However, an alternative strategy is to double up on one group. So you could go the top 2 teams you think from each group. Yes, that does mean that one of your teams will lose during the group stage, but it means that they won't play each other in the semi-finals. So you've got a high chance of getting to that grand final. However, do you think Mals and Spirit are going to drop any maps? That's for you to decide, but just the strategy you can approach. Other thing to consider is that this is with Dust 2 in the pool, not Overpass. So some teams which play a lot of Overpass, such as Virtus Pro and Aurora, may be a little bit affected by this. Things to consider. So I think in terms of the strategy people will be approaching this, it's obviously going to be double Mals, double Spirit, and then a 5th elsewhere. And I think most people are going to be going Shui, Brolin, Chopper, Shiro, Norbert. I think that's probably the most common draft. I think if you're going to be going double Mals, double Spirit, you should be looking for a different player for your 5th, and I would advise going away from Norbert. He's not been performing well since Electronic came into the team, and I think you'd be better off taking a look at someone like DEGSTER, Magisk, Drop, or Norway. I think any of these players are going to be much better choices than Norbert based on how their teams are performing and how their individuals are performing. So that's probably my biggest piece of advice here, because everyone's going to be doing such a similar draft. The alternative is obviously to just take a dip into Mals. So you could just take Brolin, you could just take Shui, you could just take Xerxin, and then get your Spirit combo of Chopper Shiro, and then find your double up elsewhere, whether that's double VP or double Heroic, or even double Falcons if you wanted to. Think outside the box. Try not to do the same draft as everyone else, because it just means you're going to go down with the ship. So the first draft I put together for this event was the Chopper Shiro combo with Shui as my cheap budget player, and then I went double Heroic, so grabbing DEGSTER and Tezes. The reason for this is that Shiro and DEGSTER, when Dust 2 was last in the pool, were in the top 5 best performing players on this map. And I was kind of, going down that doubling up on one group so that they don't meet in the semi strategy and playing for the grand final. However, I don't see Heroic beating Mals in the semi, and I'm a little bit too afraid of doubling up on them. So instead, a team I've gone for is one that a friend of mine actually put together that I thought was really cool, and so I've just stolen it. And that's going Xerxin Shui. So grabbing the best performer on Mals from the last month. We're then going to grab Chopper and Zontix instead of Shiro. So saving a little bit of money and going a bit more heavy on Mals, who you actually think probably should be winning this tournament just because of the officials they've been winning. And then for our 5th, we grab DEGSTER. I still want DEGSTER because at 193, he just feels like a really great choice. And I think he's going to perform really well here. I don't think that they can beat Mals, but if they do, I've still got him available in that final if we get there. So this is going to be my team. Let me know what you're cooking. Let me know how you did in Pro League. And as always, good luck.